If you are a victim, alleged victim in a domestic violence situation, there's going to be a lot of frustrating moments because your voice is often not heard. And the reason I say that is because I've been doing this since 1993 and I constantly see patterns repeating themselves. So what I mean by your voice not being heard is that the officers had a concept that night that they were going to arrest somebody and separate this whole thing. So your significant other got arrested. Now you are left with a no contact order where you can't contact your husband or wife and they can't contact you, and you've got kids and bills and a rent. But what makes matters worse is I just got a call where this victim was telling me that the defense attorney would not talk to her. The attorney that was representing her husband would not take her call and claimed that to take her call would be a conflict of interest. Whew, I gotta clear the air, folks. I'm a defense attorney. I've been doing this since 1993. On a domestic violence case, you want to talk to all the witnesses. I would actually say I would be incompetent to defend my client if I refused to talk to the witnesses. I don't get to do sworn depositions except under special circumstances on a misdemeanor domestic violence battery case. So I have to find a way to talk to the witnesses. And for this attorney to turn away the only witness in their case and say, I can't talk to you, it is a conflict of interest, is just crazy to me. There are lots of ways to facilitate this conversation because I know that we defense attorneys don't want to be accused later of, oh gee, well, I was told to say this or told to say that. The prosecutors talk to the witnesses nonstop all the time. Anytime they want to talk to their witnesses, they pick up the phone. Hey cop, can you tell me what happened? Anytime they want to talk to their lead witness in a domestic violence case, they're probably going to call you and say, I know you're the victim in this case. Tell me some things. But we defense attorneys, we have an obligation within our rights to talk to an alleged victim in a battery case. And I am offended that this woman wanted to talk to a defense attorney and she actually wants to drop the charges and she actually wants to clear the air and say some things that she was too angry to say that night. Not the right story comes out when people are emotional, trust me. But the problem is, if you as a defense attorney shut down and say, well, I don't want to talk to the lead witness in a case, I think that's a mistake, just my humble opinion. The flip side is that if you are a victim in a case and somebody like me calls you, you have every right to hang up on me. I hope you're not rude about it, but I've had many people say, Mr. Guidry, I'm not comfortable talking about this. Okay, that's fine. I can't force you to talk to me about the case. Actually, what I'm doing with that phone call, just a little criminal defense pro tip, is if I'm going to get your sworn deposition where you raise your right hand and I haul you to the courthouse and we do a sworn deposition with a court reporter and the prosecutors there, and we're in a little room and we talk, I get to ask you lots of questions and you're under oath. On a misdemeanor domestic violence battery, I don't get to do that unless I can tell the judge, I picked up the phone, I tried to talk to this person didn't want to talk to me, and therefore the only option I have left is to get a subpoena, get a knock on your door, somebody serves you with that piece of paper, and you got to show up for a deposition. That's kind of what we do sometimes when we have to get some information that's not contained within the sworn statement or the body cams or the police report. But again, I'm embarrassed for my defense profession that the lead witness, the only witness in a domestic violence case, is getting turned away when they have helpful evidence, when they want to be helpful, when they told this attorney's assistant that they wanted to be helpful. I just think that's wrong. Just my humble opinion. Other people have different opinions than I do, and air them out in the comments or what have you, and thanks for watching.